The Razer Blade Stealth 2019 it was so close to being great. It, instead of being the gaming Ultrabook, was kind of just a bad Ultrabook that was also pretty bad at being a gaming laptop. That said though, the Razer Blade Stealth 2020 should improve in every single way compared to what we thought of last time. Let's get right into it here. Opening it up, Razer always absolutely nails the packaging of their devices. It just has this premium look about it. Just the texture of this is so great. Looking at the power adapter here, what kind of power can we expect? 100 watts. Actually, that's quite a bit for a laptop of this size. You have to remember, it's a 13-inch Ultrabook. We've also got the power adapter here, power cord, I guess. And now onto the actual fun stuff. Oh, that's a fine looking machine. I have to say, for a Razer machine, it's even just a bit classy. Actually, before we look at that too much, what else has Razer included in here? Thank you for choosing a Razer system. That's actually surprisingly not culty for Razer. Is there anything else in here? Microfiber cloth, awesome. Stickers. Oh, here we go. Congratulations, there is no turning back. Everyone knows that it's not just brute force that wins battles, it also requires strategy and agility and joining a cult. That's more like what we expect. The overall look of this thing is pretty good. It's kind of just like a black rectangle, but in a really good way. It's like rather classy for Razer, surprisingly enough. There are these little green accents on the USB ports here. Aside from that, nothing really gives away that this is anything other than an Ultrabook. For I/O, we have on this side right here, there's Thunderbolt 3 and a full-size USB Type A. Then on this side, we have another USB Type A, headphones, and this is USB Type-C, but it supports charging, which is friggin' awesome because then you can take your charger here, you can plug it in over on this side, or swap it over to here. So you don't have to worry about the power cord has to go over here, so it goes around, but oh no, it's an info commercial and I just can't figure it out. It's actually pretty hard to do sometimes. Let's open it up. And here's the first complaint. All of down here, just this kind of wasted space. In fairness to Razer, I don't know if they're like 16:10 or 3:2 displays that are 120 Hertz. That is what we have here. It's probably gonna be pretty awesome for gaming. But for productivity, the XPS 13 or the Surface Laptop 3, you're going to have that extra like vertical real estate on your screen to just see a bit more on like your Word document or your web page or what have you. I guess it's the kind of trade-off that you have when it's a gaming focused system. Now, what they have changed that's fabulous here is the right shift key. It's like a proper shift key now. It's just awesome. So in the last one, they had full-size arrow keys here, and the top one took up half of the shift key, which was absolutely infuriating because you have like the double doozy of not only do you miss the shift key when you go to hit it, but you hit the up arrow at the same time. So you highlight the whole row that you're typing on and then just immediately write over it. Linus used last year's model as daily driver for probably a month or so, and he just made that mistake so many times that everybody got really mad at him and made him change. And he's been on the XPS 13 2-in-1 ever since. So I guess there's nothing left to do except for power it on. Just like you're going to power on your privacy with private internet access. With PIA, you can access services and websites as though you're in a different country. It encrypts all of your internet traffic and uses a safe, protected IP. Connect up to 5 devices at once with clients for Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and Linux. Try PIA risk-free with the 30-day money-back guarantee at the link below. Now we actually get to turn it on. Okay, we did it. Now let's see if there's anything interesting in here. I'm not expecting like super duper, overclocking in the BIOS, but when you see it, you just want to take a look. So hyper-threading enabled virtualization. Yep, we want all of that. Power and performance. Speed, step, and turbo motor on. On occasion, there might be like 2 power profiles in the BIOS, and you might just get lucky and be able to choose like the Make My Chip and Inferno option. No such luck here. Oh well, still nice to see like a BIOS anyway. For a lot of laptops, you just can't even do anything. All right, let's prepare for some gaming here, because we know that's the first thing that we're gonna wanna do. Actually, let's just use the keyboard for a little bit first. How is this keyboard? Yeah, as expected, this keyboard is awesome. So it has this like snappy feel. I guess that's one way to describe it. I have to say I think that I can get up to full speed on this after just like a minute or two. I have to say that's pretty awesome. As for the trackpad here, yeah, unsurprisingly, this thing is awesome. Razer has been absolutely nailing their trackpads. This is maybe among the best trackpads that you can get on a Windows machine. Dell's really been stepping up their game lately, so they might take the cake, but at the same time, they're both A+. You're not going to complain about this trackpadding experience. This might have to take the win simply because of the display. 1080p, 120 hertz is so awesome. It just feels great and is oddly surprising on a machine of this size. Like it's just something that you don't expect, and then it's like, ooh, like I just move the mouse around and it's just snapping to immediately where I want it to go. It adds an immediacy to even just things like dragging around this folder screen right here. It's awesome. High refresh rate, 10 out of 10. Now, am I willing to give up 16 by 10 for the 120 hertz? I'm not entirely sure. I guess it really depends on how well it games, and looking at the specs, it should be pretty freaking good. So for the processor, we have the Intel i7-1065G7. For the GPU, this is what really makes the Razer Blade Stealth 2020 stand out compared to the 2019. We now get an NVIDIA GTX 1650 Ti. The last one had an MX 150, which is, it's not a good GPU. There's really no way around it. That's the sort of GPU that you put in like a Dell Inspiron for when you want to like have your Excel sheet open up faster or something. It's not what you want for when you're actually going to be gaming. So I guess let's just get right to it. Let's game a bit. Doom Eternal. So what we're gonna try and do is really test this thing and push it to its limits. I'm hoping for what, like high, maybe medium, 1080p. We're gonna try and record the footage at the same time, kind of just to make the editor's life easier, but also it's like a pretty good test for basically a worst case scenario. So we're going for high 1080p, hoping for playable. Yeah, what, 70 FPS thereabouts? Feels pretty jello-y though. 1 second. Maybe medium. All right, so on medium, this is like a pretty good experience. I definitely feel that my aim is worse than I would normally expect for it to be while playing Doom. I'm pretty sure that's because the FPS is just lower than normal. So maybe we should just knock it down to low here. Low, so we're right around 100 FPS. So compared to something like an XPS 13, this is just a completely different sort of experience. So I am actually, well, I'm straight up just able to game. And also, it's like a pretty enjoyable experience now because like high refresh rate display, I kind of feel like is just necessary for a good gaming experience these days. Now, this does have one really big issue though, and that's that for this machine as it's spec'd, it is $1,800, which honestly, compared to like an Intel machine, is really not that bad, but we don't have to compare it to an Intel machine. So you guys are probably very familiar with the ASUS Zephyrus G14. It is probably going to be the laptop of 2020, and that's basically just because ASUS went with an AMD Ryzen CPU. So we could face these two laptops off in a game, but honestly, that would just be embarrassing for Razer. So this guy right here has an 8-core CPU compared to the 4-core that's found in the Razer. It also clocks higher and beats, you know, the 8-core versions of the Intel processor in here. This also has an RTX 2060, which is going to stomp the 1650 in here. It also, in our testing, got 10 hours of battery life. I'm expecting with, I think this is a 53.1 watt hour battery. You're probably getting 8, 9 if you're really gentle on it. Also, all of that, the Zephyrus G14 is $1,450. So it's cheaper has better graphics, has a better CPU, like literally twice as fast, probably more than twice as fast in multi-threaded applications. Why would you buy the Razer? The first reason, for one, this is all plastic, and the Razer is, you know, aluminum. It just generally feels better. You also get the Thunderbolt 3 port. That's pretty awesome. And the trackpad. One other thing that the Razer Blade also really has going for it is Windows Hello facial recognition. So you're able to just open it up and boom, you're in. Now the Zephyrus does have the fingerprint reader here, which actually is pretty awesome because this fingerprint reader caches your fingerprint after you touch it. So then when you get to the Windows login screen, it should just do it. This is kind of tough, if I'm honest. Actually, I lied. I don't think that this is too tough. I'd get the ASUS. Realistically, this is probably going to be a huge problem for every laptop manufacturer for the next year or so. I don't think anyone, including ASUS, given that like this laptop has been out of stock basically since it launched. I'm pretty sure no one expected for the AMD CPUs to be as good as they are. I don't know, I'm kind of sorry, Razer, honestly. Like, you've done everything right. You fixed the keyboard, you have maybe the best trackpad, the 120 Hz display is friggin' awesome on a 13-inch thing, compared to who I thought you would be competing against, so the XPS 13, Surface Laptop 3. This is awesome. This is like the gaming Ultrabook. But at the same time, you can get so much more performance out of this guy. If like a really nice aluminum chassis and facial recognition are what you want, Razer Blade Stealth 2020, pretty friggin' awesome. If you have a desktop that already has all of the muscle that this guy right here provides, you know, the Razer Blade Stealth is a nicer feeling machine. I'm grasping at straws here, but it is pretty great. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Hit like, get subscribed, and I don't know, have a great day. Sorry Intel, sorry Razer. No one saw this coming.